Newport's quick start video on the NK300 Kayak Motor. If you're looking for a video that tells you only the things you need to know to get up and running for your initial outing on the water, this video is for you. For a detailed installation video, for a peak performance video for tuning your product for its best performance on the water, check the links in the description below. We're going to cover the motor from top to bottom, and then we're going to move on forward to the power source and finally the control box. So once you've got your motor fully assembled, we're just going to go over some key terminology. Here's the prop, which is replaceable if needed, the foil, which helps tracking and stability, the steering triangle, which allows you to integrate foot steering or some kind of steering system into your NK300 kayak motor. The retract bar mounts at the top of the motor, and the shaft is adjustable, which gives you the ability to compensate for transom height and running depth. Connected to the top of the retract bar is your retract line. You're going to connect that with a pulley and a carabiner clip. That's going to run all the way forward to the handle that you've installed. If you need to retract the motor, you're going to just pull this all the way forward and cleat it off to the cleat mechanism that you've installed. We went over that in the detailed installation video. So if you're still needing to install that, go ahead and check that video. Right here, exiting the top of the motor drum, you have the reverse lock mechanism. You're gonna clip the carabiner to that, and you're gonna run through the pad eyes and up forward near the user's seat. Pulling the handle near the seat for this reverse lock line will hold the motor in the down position when you need to reverse. Exiting the top of the motor shaft is the power cable for your NK300. That power cable coming from the motor is going to mate up with the quick disconnect plug coming from your battery. You can see how we've got the battery cables configured. We've also installed the charging pigtail that's going to be used with the included charger that comes with the 36-volt battery. Checks on this battery terminal installation. You want to make sure that these are snug and there's no play in the terminal connections. Balancing your kayak's load is important when determining a resting place for your battery. We've scooted this battery as far forward in the cargo area behind the seat as possible, so that helps even out the load. If you're using a deep cycle battery, you want to pay special attention to the position of your battery because it's going to be more weight on the kayak. Just forward of the seat on the preferred side for the user, you're going to mount your throttle controller. It's essential that the throttle is easily reached by the user in the seat. It's essential that when you're setting up power to the throttle controller, that you connect the throttle controller cable first before connecting the motor to the battery source. Before you power up your throttle controller is selecting the power source. So what you want to do with the throttle controller off is press mode. D indicates you're using a deep cycle battery. If you are, select that mode. Press it again for lithium if you're using a lithium battery. Before you can use the throttle controller, you're going to need to power it up. So insert the magnet into the magnet rest position, quick press the power button. You'll see zeros on both percentage and watt. One check you want to do before you hit the water is throttle all the way forward, making sure that your motor hits 100%. Once it does, you can back it off. Make sure it sits right at about 1% or as low as you can get it. That's close enough. Go into neutral. You don't want to run the motor outside of the water for too long. Now let's move on to the reverse check. You want to make sure it hits 100, and it does. So we're going to throttle back all the way as close to 0 or 1% as we can get. And it looks like it's getting there. So we're going to click it back into neutral. In the event that your throttle was not reaching 100% in either direction, you're going to need to calibrate the throttle controller. We'll cover that in the peak performance video, so check that out if your throttle is not reaching 100% in either direction. Thanks for watching Newport's quick start video on the NK300 3 horsepower electric kayak motor. Like and subscribe for updates on the channel. For more information, check newportvessels.com. And remember, the way forward is electric.